So flare is one of the most demanding and most physically challenging basic power moves out there. However, if one starts to really master the flare, it's going to take your power move game to the next level. Now, before we start with any type of exercise for your flare, it's extremely important for you to know in what direction you actually perform your flare. Because if you would learn your flare in one direction and your head spin in the other direction, you're going to have a very hard time combining those moves together because they're simply not in the same direction. So how do we know in what direction to perform our flare? Well, that's decided by our dominating baby turtle or stab freeze hand. If you perform your baby turtle or stab freeze on your left hand, then you're gonna step out with your left leg and use that left leg to swing, and you're also gonna place your left hand on the floor first. If you're somebody who performs their stab, turtle, or baby freeze on their right hand, then you're gonna step to the side with your right leg to then swing your right leg forwards, and you're also gonna place your right hand on the floor first when starting out with your flares. Now, while stepping open to the side, we're actually prepping for that humongous swing and whip that we have to create for our flare. Once we create this big step to the side, we're gonna place our hand on the floor. So if you stepped open with your left leg, you're gonna place your left hand on the floor. And if you stepped open with your right leg, you're gonna place your right hand on the floor. After placing that hand on the floor, we're now going to perform a massive circle to the back with that particular leg. Keep creating that circle until you notice both legs will collide with each other. Also, when performing this circle with your leg, you want to keep your hips as low as possible, starting out really close to the floor. And this is really important because a lot of people start with their hips really, really high and they come crashing down halfway through the flare. But if we start low, it's going to be easier to lift your flare up while whipping your legs to the front. Now for the next one, we're going to perform that huge circle with our leg. Then as soon as both legs almost collide, we're gonna kick the other leg up. Now, if you perform your stab or turtle freeze on your left hand, then at this point, you're gonna kick the right leg up. If you perform your stab, turtle, or baby freeze on your right hand, then at this particular point, you're gonna kick your left foot up. Now for the next one, we're gonna do the exact same thing. However, we're gonna speed this up a little bit and perform the beginning of the flare with a little bit more flow and a little bit more of momentum until we reach that kick. Now, if you feel comfortable and confident enough, feel free to really start throwing those legs and whipping them into that flare. As long as we see a very strong and clear kick with that opposite leg. Now let's slow things down again. Let's step open to the side, place our hand on the floor, create that circle. Then before kicking the first leg, we're gonna sit down, then perform our first kick to then let that first leg sweep underneath it until both legs end up forwards in this V-sit position. When you end up in this V-sit position, try and keep your feet and your heels off the floor. It's okay to sit down and glide over your behind, but just do it slow and put in the correct effort to keep those feet and heels off the floor. Now, when those legs arrive to the front in that V-sit position, there's a lot of different things going on right here. So let me zoom into these details and show it to you guys in slow motion. Now, one of the things going on at this point is that leg that's scooping under the first kick will now start performing a second kick. Now, at the exact same time, we're converting and transitioning all of our weight from that first hand onto the second hand. And this is underestimated by a lot of people because there's a lot of weight you have to transfer on over to the other hand. Now let's push it one step further. After performing our second kick and transitioning all of our weight onto that second hand, we then want to glide, dragging your legs to the back, to the direction of a push-up position, and bringing us very close to the end of our first flare rotation. Now at this point, it's still okay to do everything step by step, sliding and gliding with your legs and behind over the floor. And then tomorrow and after tomorrow, you'll see there'll be a lot of improvement. The next step is placing that first hand on the floor again, which at this point is our third hand. Obviously, we only have two hands, but in flare or air flare terms, we do have a third hand and a fourth hand available. Now, when placing that third hand on the floor, we also want to glide all the way until we have our knees on the floor, ending up on our hands and knees. This concludes the full rotation and full circle of a flare. So, step to the side, place your hand on the floor, create that circle with the leg. First kick, creating space for that second kick, transitioning all the weight over to our second hand, gliding with our legs and knees to the back to then place our third hand on the floor, ending up on our hands and knees. It looks pretty doable, right? Let's try it out. Here we go.